Hello, good morning. Michael with United Veterans Worldwide, bringing you a quick introduction to the book Bigger, Leaner, Stronger by Michael Matthews. This is a book that I have followed my fitness routine off of for the last 6 years. During my most difficult times with PTSD, I would still get up in the morning, get a win, and I followed this book and their workout program fully, and it made a big difference. The people I was with, the workouts I was doing each day, when so much else fell by the wayside, this book helped me to stay alive in a lot of ways. So I recommend this book, and for several reasons. I'll walk you through a couple of the chapters. First, it starts out with some fundamentals. It's short educational descriptions of fitness and nutrition so that you understand the concepts. Second, it builds against the myths of bodybuilding or muscle building, which are essentially progressive overload, proper rest, and feeding the muscle. So we recently posted a video on nutrition from a dietitian, Lisa Price, and more to come for that. But this book will cover down on a lot of nutritional pieces for that as well. So it also describes the next chapter, myths about fat loss. There's a lot out there. There's a lot of misconceptions, a lot of false advertising by bigger fitness companies. And then there's a section on the inner game, which is more like the self-control that's needed, how to get your mind right to get into a routine of fitness, nutrition, and then how to set goals properly. This is a great piece that aligns with the 4 sections of goal setting that I introduced to you: spiritual, physical, emotional, and social, or intellectual and social. And all of those 4 goals together fit nicely with what this book entails. It then goes into greater descriptions about nutrition, how to calculate where you are in your daily calorie burn today, how much protein, how many carbs and fat grams you'll need each day in order to maximize your abilities, your health. And the key description here is that 90% of your fitness is dependent on nutrition versus the lifting of the weights. So I fell into this trap early on, which was, it was easier for me to lift weights with my friends. It was harder for me to remain disciplined with my nutrition. All of that is changing now. I feel responsible to demonstrate to you what it means as a guy who's in his late 40s, metabolism slowed, eating the right foods for my brain, for my body, doing the workouts consistently. Overall, I think I'll be in a better place. The last chapters, chapter 18 especially, talks about how to train. So all of you who have been confused on how to do a proper lift, what lifts you should be doing, what's the routine, it goes through several different ones. 5 days a week, which is what I follow, a 4-day a week, 3-day a week. It's always better to get 5 and to rest certain muscles over repeated days in order for them to have the most gain. And then lastly, it talks about supplementation, which is what Lisa Price and I discussed in our recent nutrition video. But it goes into more detail about what you need in terms of protein, how much creatine you need to take each day. There's a lot of myths out there about creatine. I take it 5 days a week, and then I do 2 days off, and it's a great way to heal the muscles, volumize the cells. I'll put a link in the description of where to get this book, and I encourage you to read it. The education, like, this is a thick book. The education that this provides is essential to your nutrition and your fitness goals. I also want to introduce, for all of the women out there that are tuning in, he also has a book called Thinner, Leaner, Stronger. And this book is even bigger, and it talks through women's health. Now, there are a lot of similarities between this and the other book, but it does go into more detail for women specifically. So if you're interested, I'll also put a link in the description below. I gave this book to my oldest daughter, and she passed it on to my next daughter, and they loved the education. And you can see they put tabs in here for them to remember the spots that were most important for them. I'll put these links in the description. Please like, subscribe, share. As always, get a win for the day. You add value to your family, your society. You are still very much needed, and your influence is very much needed. So Thanks again for your support.